What's up guys, this is Helium Lemon 15 and welcome back to Let's Play Endless Ocean Blue World. This is part 40 and today is August 2nd, 2018 and I have another month left of my summer break before I go back to college, which isn't exactly I'd say it's okay. I'm excited. I'm gonna be a lot busier this year. I think I'm just gonna have more classes and stuff, but I'll figure out my schedule soon enough. And this is the part of Endless Ocean Blue World where I think it's just going to be a lot of montages and a lot of post-commentary because we're just kind of going around the place and exploring and finishing up different side quests. Here's the little dialogue we get because of the Find Me side quest when we went to Cortica River and treated the non-native fish. They also sent us a copy of their report into the issue. Yes. Seems the reason the Atlantic tarpon were found in the Cortica River where they would never be found naturally was that someone at a mansion had released them down, somebody at a mansion was trying to take care of them in an aquarium, but they couldn't. They were too expensive. I don't know. It's better to return them to nature than to simply kill them, but they released them into the wrong environment, so they could have destroyed the ecosystem. And I'm not able to read the dialogue, but it's not the most riveting dialogue in the world. I mean, that being said, you know, I think our wildlife on this planet and treating the ecosystem right is a very important issue. And my mom is going crazy and you know, stopping bringing biodegradable bags every time she goes to the grocery. And I don't know, doing stuff like that. So I think that's really admirable. So I don't know what else we're gonna try to do. I think we're gonna try to get some photos for the diver who lost his memory, and that's a really interesting side quest. We have I don't think we're able to get to that in this episode, but we have a lot of fish to find, and that should be exciting. Yeah, actually at this point in the game you can look at any empty fish entry in your notebook and it'll tell you like what area of the map to look for it in. Also you can do that with creatures you've already found. And this point in the game we get to keep track and take care of the aquarium. And this part of the game we're going to be grinding a lot of money to be able to open the Cavern of the Gods in the Zahab region back up. So that just takes being really patient and not spending a heck of a lot of money and doing a lot of salvaging, taking care of the aquarium, basically doing anything else to raise money, but those are basically the two most effective things. And yeah, the aquarium is a cool idea. I mean, it's kind of tedious. A lot of things in this game from this point on are just kind of, you know, tedious, like, oh, you do this every day and you'll make a little bit of progress and then eventually you'll unlock so-and-so side quest, almost like an RPG or something. But I guess, yeah, it's like a life simulation game. Speaking of RPGs, my friend gave me a Xenoblade Chronicles, and I still have not gotten back to playing it. And part of the reason is that I'm addicted to Zelda Breath of the Wild right now. And Zelda Breath of the Wild has absolutely stunning graphics, but more importantly, it's just such an immersive game. Like exploring the whole map, and you just constantly finding stuff. Although I have to use the walkthrough to find most stuff now, but I've been playing that game for a year, and like the very fact that there are like 900 Korok seeds or whatever it is, like I have what, 58 or like 60 something by now. It's just kind of mind-boggling. I don't know. Speaking of games that are absolutely beautiful, Mario Odyssey looks beautiful, and it looks like such a good idea for a Mario game, but I don't know, I don't feel like getting a Switch, so that's that. Um, as far as other video games, I still have a lot of games that I bought on Steam and haven't even touched, like Ukulele, for instance. And I've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about Ukulele, or like how it doesn't live up to Banjo-Kazooie, but I think that's probably a lot of hogwash, because I've watched some of Big Tip on a Bus playing that game, and it looks really cool. So, I don't know, I think I'm gonna have fun with it no matter, you know, if it's a perfect game or not. Um, but I've recently been playing this game called The Dream Machine, and it's this it's like a puzzle point-and-click adventure game where everything is made out of clay and cardboard, and you like go into other people's dreams, and it gets super psychedelic and crazy, and a little bit of a psychological horror game, but from what I've seen of it, it looks honestly just cool. Like, I don't know. It's the kind of thing that's like intriguing to a weird person like me who drinks root beer and watches Twin Peaks. Speaking of which, oh no, my root beer is finished already. I have no way to transition smoothly into this, but something that might be happening is I might be getting oral surgery sometime in the next month. The story behind that, and oh yeah, we're about to go into Valka Castle to look for the Phantom. Speaking of spooky things, and Twin Peaks, I'll have to talk about that too at some point. But basically, with the start of school, my insurance plan has switched around and stuff, and I went to see a new dentist a little less than a month ago, and it's the same dentist that I think my mom has been seeing. And they took like some x-ray pictures of my mouth, and on the sides of my mouth, like buried under my gums, are my wisdom teeth, and they're like lying flat on their side. Like one of them literally is. One of them is kind of at an angle, but like either way, they're not in a good place. They're gonna start like pushing into my teeth at some point or another. So I might have to get surgery for that, which is kind of makes me tense, but it's also kind of exciting because like, oh, I don't know. It's a thing. It's also probably gonna be super expensive, but I don't know. Anyway, exploring Valka Castle and looking for ghosts. And oh yeah, what do I say about Twin Peaks? I've gotten pretty far. I've gotten to like season 2, episode 14, and at some point I'm gonna have to probably stop watching because people who are really, really nerdy into Twin Peaks say, oh, you have to watch Fire Walk with Me. But I don't feel like, I don't know, going out and spending money, or I just feel like watching whatever's available on Netflix, and only the first 2 seasons are available on Netflix. Although I'm sure I'll find a way if it's that important to me. But some of the side plots in Twin Peaks are kind of really silly. But like the whole like kind of when you get into the main meat and potatoes of what's going on and all these kind of supernatural things that Cooper starts investigating or gets into, and these people start disappearing. It's like really, I don't know. It's exciting. So Oh yeah, and my mom got me this this novel that's like the secret history of Twin Peaks. That's like the dossier or whatever, and it's all the lore behind it, and it's all these people talking about like their encounters with like flying saucers and aliens. So here's the true story of the ghost in Valka Castle. You come to Valka Castle at night and you think it's a ghost, but it's really a jet black manta ray with some kind of insignia on its belly. So, Oceana. They say it looks just like the royal insignia of Valka Castle, which is a pretty interesting coincidence if you ask me. But yes, Cyclades Phantasm. If anything, that's just an awesome title. So yes, that's that about wraps up our exciting adventure in Valka Castle. Valka Castle? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to chase these stupid people out of my bedroom. What do they think they're doing? Ooh, yay, we got his trivia. Let's, Phantoms of Valka Castle. Valka Castle, built by an Eastern European prince in the 16th century, was said to be haunted even before it sank into the sea. The ghosts were probably the vengeful spirits of peasants or enemy soldiers executed by their cruel ruler. And then it says something about this explains why Prince Valka was obsessed with the mysticism and the occult in his later life. Which is kind of interesting, you know, if you're paranoid about your subjects rising up against you, then you would be interested in stuff like that. So now we're basically just looking around for treasure. And yeah, this is just kind of one of those things you do. It's like you get treasure, you get more rich, you complete like the little booklet of treasures that you have on 9-Ball Island that shows how many of the treasures you found, and then you find more fish, and then you complete more side quests, and it just kind of makes you feel this kind of addictive feeling of like, oh gee, oh golly, oh wow, we're making progress all the time, aren't I something special on the block? So I'm gonna have to wrap this episode in the next couple of seconds, but I hope you're having a fantastic day, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Endless Ocean Blue World. Goodbye for now.